We're drinking coffee. I think this might be a second channel activity. Is this your first cinnamon chai latte?
Yes. My first ever. I didn't know what it was, but I was nervous because I walked in and, I'm so used to just like, the mocha cookie crumble.
Dude, that's what I get at Starbucks. That's funny.
So I'm like, wait, these are like real coffee words, like latte. And I'm like, oh no. So.
Did you notice last time we were talking about coffee, we kept saying frappe? I drink a frappe. We meant frappuccino.
So what's a frappe then?
Frappe is like a milky hot drink.
Okay.
Like a latte. Wait.
Okay, then that means McDonald's advertises them wrong because they call theirs a frappe.
Oh, maybe my correction was wrong. Oh no. That's a good question. I really don't know.
You have to correct your correction.
Yeah, comment down below.
What is a frappe? Because we're not going to look it up. We're going to assume what we say is right.
Any Italians who know coffee really well.
I mean, so far, so good. Like I said, it reminds me of like fall. I love the vibes.
Do you like cinnamon in general?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not... As a kid, and even now, I've never been the biggest fan of like the cinnamon candy. Like I'll eat it.
And stuff.
Yeah, or like the cinnamon gum. Like, I'll eat it if there's nothing else, but like, I'm not going to go for it. But now in this, I do like.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
for real.
It's like relaxing. The first time I realized that I was lactose intolerant, so I didn't know as a kid, but whenever I ate milk chocolate like Hershey's, I'd be like, oh, it's so good. But it'd almost be choking on it. Like I would start blowing bubbles in my mouth, basically.
I know what you're talking about. I know that exact feeling.
And so I remember I explained that to Caleb. Or somebody. And they were like, what?
Like in elementary school.
Yeah. Wow. I explained it and they were like, what? What are you talking about? I just eat chocolate. And I was like, you don't like blow bubbles when you're eating the chocolate?
That's so interesting. I mean, do you think that, now does your stomach hurt when you eat?
Not really. I mean, like.
That's interesting because I've never heard of it only being like a reaction of like your tract being affected, not like you throwing up or diarrhea or something. This is a great topic I'm sure people are going to love. If I was drinking like a whole gallon of 2%, it wouldn't be that I'm getting sick. Like obviously a human cannot drink an entire gallon, but... well, it could, but...
No, physically impossible.
No,
Your
I
body
promise.
Won't let you.
No, I'm saying like, you'd end up throwing up, but like...
Yeah.
I've had someone good for a second.
Yeah. For a minute, yeah. The thing is, you'll start like coughing it back up, basically. Like it'll start sticking to the back of your throat, and then you'll have to cough up like gross snot.
Ew.
You know what the trend was? The trend was to dye it so that when you throw up, your throw up is colored.
Dude, that's just gross.
Oh man! But
that's kind of funny though. But like, that's stupid.
The other thing they would do. Have you seen the cinnamon?
The cinnamon challenge?
The cinnamon challenge.
Unfortunately, that is the most dangerous challenge you can do. That is dumb. That is actually dumb.
I love those challenge
They're like,
videos.
And then like they cough and it's like a cloud, like films the whole like camera lens.
I don't think it's that dangerous. Is it really?
Yeah, it sent a good amount of people to the hospital, or some people, especially like when you ingest that much, like in one swallow. Like that's a lot on your throat. I mean, that's like pure cinnamon. And that'll burn you.
I don't know. These things don't affect me. Like I think they're funny.
A spoonful of cinnamon?
Maybe this is. Yeah.
Have you tried it?
No.
That's what I thought. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe it's some kind of trauma repression system that laughing is how I react to that kind of stuff. But like
coping mechanism.
The new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I've heard it has a lot of animal cruelty in it, basically.
Well, no, wait. Are you for real?
Yeah. Yeah, like
they're being accused?
No. There's like a lot of animal cruelty in the film. Like it's part of the story.
But not actual.
No, it's CGI. Oh. No, but that kind of stuff. People were telling me that they were like, it was right on the border of how much animal cruelty they can take.
I mean, as long as if it's actual animals, I'm gonna be extremely concerned. But if it's CGI, I mean who cares? Right, it's like watching a horror movie and realizing that it's just a camera and a green screen.
Human stuff is like I'm totally desensitized to. Like human gore horror in a film.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to me. Like a guy's head blows off. I'm good with human violence. I'm not as good with animal violence. like cruelty or whatever.
You know what I've noticed, actually, now that you say that, I even like when people hit an animal, like even disciplining it, like I
hate that.
I even feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it makes, I don't know, I just feel weird.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I get real iffy about. That's strange that you bring that up, because I remember when we got our dog, we got this collar for her with the spikes on the inside.
Oh, the choking collar?
And I was like, horrible. This is horrible. I mean, technically, it's not as bad as them choking themselves on a regular collar, but it doesn't feel right. I hate that.
That or, I mean, I know its purpose is ultimately to protect the animal more.
Right.
Because it's preventing it from, running into a road or something like that.
Yeah, but God, I hate that.
I do too.
And who thought of that?
When you see, like, dolphins being abused.
How many trigger warnings does this video need? My God.
Like, oh my goodness, like a sea lion. I mean, imagine one of those being, I mean, that's the last thing you want to see is one of them being hurt.
It's not the last thing, but...
I mean, okay, sure, but no, I mean,
I wouldn't say
any creature. Okay, any creature I don't want to see get hurt, but we're
not on my
more
list
used
of
to
wants,
seeing.
You're right.
We're more used to seeing like a sea lion.
No, I disagree.
Trout or something.
I disagree. Like we're super desensitized to like like if we're driving down the road, you'll see like carnage all the time, possums, deer, things just get ripped apart on the highway, and we see that every day. Versus like a sea lion, I think would be really cruel, because you're like, oh man, those things are intelligent too, right?
We're used to that, but like a sea lion or a dolphin, we're not used to getting shot in the head by a shotgun. So
zoos have that weird sense of like British colonialism with them, like the same way that we like would colonize places, and then like make the place an exhibit and build our houses around it. It feels like we're doing the same thing with animals, where it's like, hey, we came into this land, stole the animals out of it, and actually imported animals to a place they don't belong. Zoos in general, I think, are like something to be ashamed of. I wish that that's not something that existed. But I think, and it's not even like there's a huge demand, right? Like, I don't know, a ton of kids these days, but are they all really clamoring to go outside and see something like that? Like at a zoo? We loved animals as a kid, but I was kind of all right with seeing a sloth on my computer screen.
See, that's interesting. I definitely agree. Like, I don't like the animals being held in captivity from their home.
Right.
I mean, I understand the thrill of seeing creatures like that so up close, or even getting to feed them and touch them. But you're right. I mean, we need to find I mean, I feel like especially in today's world, we could find a really good way to be able to see those creatures, but also let them be able to live free.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to develop a good way to do that.
Honestly, though, is there really a need, though? Like, the thing is...
Maybe for learning purpose. I mean, I don't...
When I said out loud, like, I really wanted to see it as a kid, like, I did actually really want a pet sloth as a kid.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in any other way in society do we cave to what our children want to do? And in what way would that be the moral thing to do?
I mean, I would say that adults... I mean, there are some adults that are very interested in animals as well. But, I mean, you're right. I don't wake up in the morning and go, I just got to see a giraffe's neck. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I don't...
Yeah.
I mean, so I get what you're saying, but I definitely see the thrill of...
Well, we were nature kids, but we really did want to see sloths. Like, that was not a waking thought, but like, I legitimately wanted to see a sloth so bad. But I don't think that that's a reason to justify all these creatures being in captivity because a kid wants to see them one day. I mean, Google is fine.
I mean, maybe it could be a thing where it's like... I mean, I don't even know. It's a tough one. Like, I mean, maybe once a year they collect some animals and then they have like a exhibit type thing, and then they release them back into the wild after a scheduled event. I don't know.
It's interesting because I do think that like humans need to have some interaction with animals in their daily life at some point. Like, if a kid never witnesses an animal, I think that's a sad life. But I don't think bringing the animals into our world is the right answer. I think the right answer is that we need to be more in contact with nature.
Go to their home.
Yeah, right. And also, I think we should abolish cities. Bye, Pinkies.